Welcome everybody, this is Alan with Daily Armor of God. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. This is reading the Bible in 123 days. We're on day 54. Today we'll be finishing off Ezra and reading Nehemiah, chapters 1 through 7. So if you remember this map from yesterday, this little chart here, Ezra and Nehemiah go together no matter if we're reading in chronological order or if we're reading according to the Bible, which we are reading just according to the Bible, which is not completely chronological. But nonetheless, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther are all together. So Nehemiah, he's in the same time period as Ezra. In fact, I think they meet. Very sure. We'll find out here, but I'm pretty sure they meet and they help each other out. But Nehemiah... So Ezra was a priest, if you recall. Nehemiah is just, he's like a king's, serves in the king's court or as a servant, something like that. He's not a priest or anything, just a regular guy from, that was serving in exile. So, we'll start here today in Ezra chapter 9, in verse 1. So, if you recall, just real quick, in Ezra, we're reading about them trying to rebuild the temple and all that and having troubles. So, Ezra 9, verse 1. Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations. Really? You just got out of exile and now you're still doing it? Just went straight to abominations. Wow. Even with the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and Amorites. They have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers hath been chief in this trespass. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard, and sat down astonished. Astonied. And when they were assembled unto me, every one that trembled at the words of God of Israel, because of the transgression of those that had been carried away, I sat astonied until the evening sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice I rose up from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto Yahweh my God, and said, O my God, I am ashamed, and to blush to lift up my face to thee, my God, for our iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespasses grown up unto the heavens. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day. And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, have been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to confusion of face, as it is this day. And now for a little space grace hath been showed from Yahweh our God, to leave us a remnant to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes, and give us a little reviving in our bondage. For we were bondmen, yet our God hath not forsaken us in our bondage, but hath extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to give us a reviving, to set up the house of our God, and to repair the desolations thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and Jerusalem. And now, O our God, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken thy commandments, which thou hast commanded by thy servants the prophets, saying, the land into which ye go to possess it is an unclean land, with the filthiness of the people of the lands, with their abominations, which have filled it from one end to another with their uncleanness. Now therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children forever. And after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that though our God has punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and has given us such deliverance as this, shall we again break thy commandments, and join in affinity with the people of these abominations? Wouldest thou not be angry with us till thou hast consumed us, so that there should be no remnant nor escaping? O Yahweh, God of Israel, thou art righteous, for we remain yet escaped as it is this day. Behold, we are before thee in our trespasses, for we cannot stand before thee because of this. Ezra 10. Now when Ezra had prayed, And when he had confessed, weeping, and casting himself down before the house of God, there assembled unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. And Shechaniah, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said to Ezra, We have trespassed against our God, and have taken strange wives of the people of the land. Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives, and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God, and let it be done according to the law. Arise, for this matter belongeth unto thee, we also will be with thee. Be of good courage, and do it. Then arose Ezra, and made the chief priests, the Levites, and all Israel to swear that they should do according to this word, and they swear. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of God, and went into the chamber of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. And when he came thither, he did eat no bread, nor drink water, for he mourned because of the transgression of them that had been carried away. And they made a proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem unto all the children of captivity, that they should gather themselves together unto Jerusalem, and that whosoever would not come within 3 days according to the counsel of the princes and elders, all his substance should be forfeited, and himself separated from the congregation of those that had been carried away. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together unto Jerusalem within 3 days. And it was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month, and all the people sat in the street of the house of God, trembling because of this matter and for the great rain. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, Ye have transgressed and have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel. Now therefore make confession unto Yahweh, God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the people of the land and from the strange wives. And all the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, As thou hast said, so must we do. But the people are many, and it is a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand without, neither is this a work of 1 day or 2, for we are many that have transgressed in this thing. Let now our rulers of all the congregation stand, and let all of them which have taken strange wives in our cities come at appointed times, and with them the elders of every city and judges thereof, until the fierce wrath of our God for this matter be turned from us. Only Jonathan the son of Ashael and Jezahiah the son of Tikvah were employed about this matter, and Meshullam and Shabbethai the Levite helped them. And the children of the captivity did so, and Ezra the priest, with certain chief of the fathers, after the house of their fathers, and all of them by their names, were separated and sat down in the first day of the 10th month to examine the matter. They made an end with all the men that had taken strange wives by the first day of the first month. And among the sons of the priests there were found that had taken strange wives, namely of the sons of Jeshua the son of Jozadak, and his brethren, Maaseiah and Eleazar and Jarib and Gedaliah. And they gave their hands that they would put away their wives, and being guilty they offered a ram of the flock for their trespass. And the sons of Immer, Hanani, and Zebediah, and the sons of Harim, Maaseiah, and Elijah, and Shemaiah, and Jehiel, and Uzziah, and the sons of Pashur, Elionai, Maaseiah, Ishmael, Nathaniel, Jozabad, and Elisah. Also the Levites, Jozabad, and Shimei, and Keliah, the same as Kelita, Pethiah, Judah, and Eleazar. Of the singers also Eliashib, and of the porters Shalom, and Telem, and Uri. Moreover of Israel, the sons of Parosh, Ramiah, and Jeziah, and Malchiah, and Miamin, and Eleazar, Malchijah, and Benaiah. And of the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zechariah, Jehiel, Abdi, Jeremoth, Eliah. And the sons of Zatu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Jeremoth, Zabad, Aziza. Of the sons of Bebai, Jehonan, Hananiah, Zabai, Athli. And of the sons of Bani, Meshullam, Maluk, and Adiah, Jashub, and Sheel, and Ramoth. And the sons of Pathmoab, Adna, and Chalal, Benaiah, Messiah, Mattaniah, Bazaleel, Binui, and Manasseh. And the sons of Harim, Eleazar, Ishijah, Malchiah, Shemaiah, Shimeon, Benjamin, Maluk, and Mariah. And the sons of Hashum, Mattaniah, Matha, Zabad, Eliaphet, Jeremiah, Manasseh, and Shimi. Of the sons of Bani, Madai, Amram, and Uil, Benaiah, Bediah, Chelah, Vaniah, Meremoth, Eliashib, Mattaniah, Mattanai, and Jashau, and Bani, and Binui, and Shimei, and Shelemiah, and Nathan, and Adiah, Machanedebai, Shashai, Sharai, Azriel, and Shelemiah, Shemariah, Shalom, Amariah, and Joseph. Of the sons of Nebo, Jael, Mathaniah, Zabad, Zabina, Jadau, and Joel, Benaiah. All these had taken strange wives, and some of them had wives by whom they had children. Okay, moving on to Nehemiah. Chapter 1. The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. And it came to pass in the month Chislew, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan the palace, that Hanani, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men in Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews that had escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. And it came to pass when I heard these words that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days, and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. And I said, I beseech thee, O Yahweh, God of heaven, the great and terrible God, that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him, and observe his commandments. Let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open, that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now, day and night, for the children of Israel thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned. We have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the judgments which thou commandest thy servant Moses. Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, If ye transgress, I will scatter you abroad among the nations. But if ye turn unto me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of the heaven, yet will I gather them from thence, and will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there. Now these are thy servants and thy people, whom thou hast redeemed by thy great power and by thy strong hand. O Lord, I beseech thee, let now thine ear be attentive to the prayer of thy servant, and to the prayer of thy servants, who desire to fear thy name and prosper. I pray thee, thy servant, this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man, for I was the king's cupbearer. Alright, Nehemiah 2. And it came to pass in the month of Nisan, and the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, that wine was before him. And I took up the wine, and gave it unto the king. Now I had not been beforetime sad in his presence. Wherefore the king said unto me, Why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid. And I said unto the king, Let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad, when the city, the place of my father's sepulchres, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? Then the king said unto me, For what dost thou make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven, and I said unto the king, If it please the king, and if thy servant hath found favor in thy sight, that thou wouldest send me into Judah, unto the city of my father's sepulchres, that I may build it. And the king said to me, the queen also sitting by him, For how long shall thy journey be, and when wilt thou return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time. Moreover, I said unto the king, If it please the king, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over till I come into Judah. And let a letter unto Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the palace, which appertain to the house, and for the wall of the city, and for the house that I shall enter into. And the king granted me according to the good hand of my God upon me. Then I came to the governors beyond the river, and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent captains of the army and horsemen with me. When Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel. So I came to Jerusalem, and was there 3 days. And I arose in the night, I and a few men with me, neither told I any man what my God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem, neither was there any beast with me, save the beast that I rode upon. And I went out by night by the gate of the valley, even before the dragon well, and to the dung port, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down, and the gates thereof were consumed with fire. Then I went to the gate of the fountain, and the king's pool, but there was no place for the beast that was under me to pass. And I went up in the night by the brook, and viewed the wall, and turned back, and entered by the gate of the valley, and so returned. And the rulers knew not whither I went, or what I did, neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor to the priests, nor to the nobles, nor to the rulers, nor to the rest that did the work. Then said I unto them, Ye see the distress that we are in, how Jerusalem lieth waste, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. Come and let us build up the wall of Jerusalem, that we be no more a reproach. Then I told them of the hand of my God, which was good upon me, as also the king's words that he had spoken unto me. And they said, Let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. But when Sanballat the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard it, they laughed us to scorn, and despised us, and said, What is this thing that ye do? Will ye rebel against the king? Then answered I them, and said unto them, The God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore we his servants will arise and build. But ye have no portion, nor right, nor memorial in Jerusalem. Nehemiah 3. Then Eliashib the high priest rose up with his brethren the priests, and they builded the sheep gate, and they sanctified it, and set up the doors of it, even unto the tower of Meah. They sanctified it, and unto the tower of Hananiel. And next unto him builded the men of Jericho. Nay, next to him builded Zaccur the son of Imri. But the fish gate did the sons of Hassenaah build, who also laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. And next unto them repaired Meremoth the son of Urijah, the son of Koz. And next unto them repaired Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, the son of Meshezabeel. And next unto them repaired Zadok the son of Bana. And next unto them the Tekoites repaired, but their nobles put not their necks to the work of their lord. Moreover, the old gate repaired Jehoiada the son of Paseah, and Meshullam the son of Besodiah. They laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, and the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. And next unto them repaired Melatiah the Gibeonite, and Jadon the Marathonite, the men of Gibeon, and Mizpah unto the throne of the governor on this side of the river. Next unto him repaired Uzziel the son of Hariah of the goldsmiths. Next unto him also repaired Hananiah the son of one of the apothecaries, and they fortified Jerusalem unto the broad wall. And next unto them repaired Raphiah the son of Hur, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem. And next unto them repaired Jedaiah the son of Harumph, even over against his house. And next unto him repaired Hattush the son of Hashabaniah, Malchijah the son of Harim, and Hashab the son of Pahath Moab repaired the other piece in the tower of the furnaces. And next unto him repaired Shallum the son of Haloshesh, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem, he and his daughters. The valley gate repaired Hanun, and the inhabitants of Zanoah. They built it, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof, and 1,000 cubits on the wall into the dung gate. But the dung gate repaired Malchiah the son of Rechab, the ruler of part of Beth Hakerem. He built it, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. But the gate of the fountain repaired Shallun, the son of Kol-Hoseh, the ruler of part of Mizpah. He built it, and covered it, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, the bars thereof, and the wall of the pool of Siloh, by the king's garden, unto the stairs that go down from the city of David. After him repaired Nehemiah the son of Azbuk, the ruler of the half part of Beth-zur, unto the place over against the sepulchres of David, and to the pool that was made, and unto the house of the mighty. After him repaired the Levites, Rehum the son of Bani. Next to him repaired Hashabiah, the ruler of the half part of Kaliah, in his part. After them repaired their brethren Bavai, the son of Henadad, the ruler of the half part of Kaliah. And next to him repaired Azer, the son of Jeshua, the ruler of Mizpah, another piece over against the going up to the armory at the turning of the wall. After him Baruch the son of Zabai earnestly repaired the other piece from the turning of the wall unto the door of the house of Eliashib the high priest. After him repaired Meremoth the son of Urijah, the son of Koz, another piece from the door of the house of Eliashib even to the end of the house of Eliashib. And after him repaired the priests, the men of the plain. After him repaired Benjamin and Hashub over against their house. After him repaired Azariah the son of Messiah, the son of Ananiah, by his house. After him repaired Binui the son of Henadad, another piece from the house of Azariah unto the turning of the wall, even unto the corner. Halal the son of Uzai over against the turning of the wall, and the tower which lieth out from the king's house, that was by the court of the prison. After him Pedaiah the son of Parosh. Moreover, the Nethinims dwelt in Ophel unto the place over against the water gate toward the east, and the tower that lieth out. After them the Tekoites repaired another piece over against the great tower that lieth out, even unto the wall of Ophel. From above the horse gate repaired the priests every one over against his house. After them repaired Zadok the son of Immer over against his house. After him repaired also Shemaiah the son of Shechaniah, the keeper of the east gate. After him repaired Hananiah the son of Shelemiah, and Hanun the sixth son of Zelaph another piece. After him repaired Meshullam the son of Berechiah over against his chamber. After him repaired Malchiah the goldsmith's son unto the place of the Nethinims, and of the merchants over against the gate Mikcad, and to the going up of the corner. And between the going up of the corner unto the sheep gate repaired the goldsmiths and the merchants. Nehemiah 4. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews, and he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria, and said, What do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, Even that which they build, if a fox go off, he shall break it down, their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them a prey in the land of captivity. And cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. And it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. Our adversaries said, They shall not know neither see till we come in the midst among them, and slay them, and cause work to cease. And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, From all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Wherefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families with the swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, Be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight your brethren. Fight for your brethren, your sons, and your daughters, and your wives, and your houses. And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth, that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both spears and shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah, which they builded on the wall, and they that bare burdens, with those that laded, every one with his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. For the builders, every one had his sword girded by his sides, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we separate upon the wall, one far from another. In what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye hither unto us. Our God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise, at the same time said I unto the people, Let every one with his servants lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put off our clothes, saving that everyone put them off for washing. Got some strategy going on here. Good. Nehemiah 5. And there was a great cry of the people and of their wives against their brethren the Jews, for there were that said, We, our sons and our daughters are many, therefore we take up corn for them, that we may eat and live. Some also there were that said, We have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses that we might buy corn because of the dearth. There were also that said, We have borrowed money for the king's tribute, and that upon our lands and vineyards. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children, and lo, we bring into bondage our sons and daughters to be servants, and some of our daughters are brought into bondage already. Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyards. And I was very angry when I heard their cry in these words. Then I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles and rulers, and said unto them, Ye exact usury every one of his brother, and I set a great assembly against them. And I said unto them, We after our ability have redeemed our brethren the Jews, which were sold unto the heathen. And will ye even sell your brethren, or shall they be sold unto us? Then held they their peace, and found nothing to answer. Also I said, It is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the heathen our enemies? I likewise, and my brethren, and my servants, might exact of them money and corn. I pray you, let us leave off this usury. Restore, I pray you, to them, even this day, their lands, their vineyards, their olive yards, and their houses, also the 100th part of the money, and of the corn, the wine, and the oil, that ye may exact of them. Then said they, We will restore them, and will require nothing of them. So will we do as thou sayest. Then I called the priests, and took an oath of them that they should do according to this promise. Also I shook my lap, and said, So God shake out every man from his house, and from his labor, that performeth not this promise. Even thus be he shaken out and emptied. And all the congregation said, Amen, and praised Yahweh, and the people did according to this promise. Wow, Nehemiah is like a really good leader, isn't he? And he knows how to delegate. So there's some good lessons here in Nehemiah to learn. How this Nehemiah, he was just a regular guy who was serving the king of Persia as a cupbearer. And look at him now. He's delegating, he's acting on behalf of people, and he's has strategies. Man, just goes to show you, like, you could still be used even if you're nothing special. Even if you think you're nothing special, I should say. Because you are special. We are all special. Each one of us who truly believe in Jesus Christ, what he did on the cross, and serve God, we are children of God, which means we are special. It's just how God, we need to be in prayer every day of how God can use us and our abilities. Just like he's using Nehemiah here. This regular guy, God is using, I should say, Nehemiah for his purpose, even though he's a regular guy, but he still has talents that have been given him, experience, and that's why he's able to help with the building of the walls and everything here. So, Nehemiah 5:14. Moreover, from the time that I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year even unto the 32nd year of Artaxerxes the king, that is 12 years, I and my brethren have not eaten the bread of the governor. But the former governors that had been before me were chargeable unto the people, and had taken of them bread and wine, beside 40 shekels of silver. Yea, even their servants bare rule over the people. But so did not I, because the fear of God. Yea, also I continued in the work of this wall, neither bought we any land, and all my servants were gathered thither unto the work. Moreover, there were at my table 150 of the Jews and rulers, besides those that came unto us from among the heathen that are about us. Now that which was prepared for me daily was 1 ox and 6 choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, and once in 10 days store of all sorts of wine. Yet for all this required not I the bread of the governor, because the bondage was heavy upon this people. Think upon me, my God, for good, according to all that I have done for this people. Nehemiah 6. Now it came to pass, when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem the Arabian, and the rest of our enemies heard that I had builded the wall, and there was no breach left therein, though at that time I had not set up the doors upon the gates, that Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, Come, let us meet together in some one of the villages of the plain of Ono. But they thought to do me mischief. And I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease whilst I leave it, and come down to you? Yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand, wherein was written, It is reported among the heathen that, and Gashmu saith it, that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king according to these words. As thou appointed prophets to preach of thee at Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah, and now shall it be reported to the king according to these words. Come now therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent unto him, saying, There are no such things done as thou sayest, but thou feignest them out of thine own heart. They all made us afraid, saying, Their hands shall be weakened from the work that it be not done. Now therefore, O God, strengthen my hands. Afterward I came unto the house of Shemaiah the son of Delilah, the son of Mehetabeel, who was shut up, and he said, Let us meet together in the house of God within the temple, and let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to slay thee, yea, in the night they will come to slay thee. And I said, Should such a man as I flee, and who is there that, being as I am, would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. And lo, I perceived that God had not sent him, but that he pronounced this prophecy against me, for Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. Therefore was he hired that I should be afraid and do so, and sin, that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me. My God, think thou upon Tobiah and Sanballat according to these their works, and the prophetess Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets that would have me put in fear. So the wall was finished in the 25th day of the month Elul, and in 52 days. Wow. That's crazy if you think about it. The walls were all repaired and finished in 52 days. That's crazy time. And it came to pass that when all our enemies heard thereof, and all the heathen that were about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was wrought of our God. Moreover, in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters unto Tobiah, and the letters of Tobiah came unto them. For there were many in Judah sworn unto him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Arah, and his son Johanan had taken the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah. Also they reported his good deeds before me, and uttered my words to him, and Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear. Nehemiah 7. Now it came to pass, when the wall was built, and I had set up the doors, and the porters and the singers and Levites were appointed, that I gave my brother Hanani and Hananiah, the ruler of the palace, charge over Jerusalem, for he was a faithful man, and feared God above many. And I said unto them, Let not the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun be hot, and while they stand by me, let them shut the doors and bar them, and appoint watches of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, every one in his watch, and every one to be to be over against his house. Now the city was large and great, but the people were few therein, and the houses were not builded. And my God put it into mine heart to gather together the nobles and the rulers and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy. And I found a register of the genealogy of them which came up at the first, and found written therein, These are the children of the province that went up out of captivity, of those that had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon had carried away, and came again to Jerusalem and to Judah, every one unto his city, who came with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Ramiah, Nahamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Mispereth, Bigvai, Nehum, Banah. The number, I say, of the men of the people of Israel was this: the children of Parosh, 2,172. The children of Shephatiah, 372. The children of Arah, 652. The children of Pahath Moab. Of the children of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The children of Elam, 1,254. The children of Zatu, 845. The children of Zakai, 703 score. The children of Binui, 648. The children of Abai, 628. The children of Azgad, 2,322. The children of Adonikam, 603 score and 7. The children of Bigvai, 2,003 score and 7. The children of Adin, 650 and 5. The children of Ater of Hezekiah, 90 and 8. The children of Hashum, 328. The children of Bezai, 320 and 4. The children of Harif, 112. The children of Gibeon, 90 and 5. The children of Bethlehem and Netopha, 108. The men of Anathoth, 120 and 8. The men of Bethamaveth, 40 and 2. The men of Kirjath Jearim, Shephirah, and Beeroth, 740 and 3. The men of Ramah and Geba, 620 and 1. The men of Michmas, 120 and 2. The men of Bethel and Ai, 120 and 3. The men of other Nebo, 50 and 2. The children of the other Elam, 1,250 and 4. The children of Harim, 320. The children of Jericho, 340 and 5. The children of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 720 and 1. The children of Senah, 3,930. The priests, the children of Jediah, of the house of Jeshua, 970 and 3. The children of Immer, 1,050 and 2. The children of Pashur, 1,240 and 7. The children of Harim, 1,017. The Levites, the children of Jeshua, of Kadmiel, and of the children of Hodavah, 70 and 4. The singers, the children of Asaph, 140 and 8. The porters, the children of Shalom, the children of Ater, the children of Talmon, the children of Akub, the children of Hatita, the children of Shobai, 130 and 8. The Nethinims, the children of Ziha, the children of Hashupah, the children of Taboath, the children of Keros, the children of Sia, the children of Padon, the children of Lebana, the children of Hagabah, the children of Shalmai, the children of Hanan, the children of Gedil, the children of Gahur, the children of Reiah, the children of Rezin, the children of Nekoda, the children of Gazam, the children of Uzzah, the children of Paseah, the children of Besai, the children of Menuim, the children of Nephishim, the children of Bakbuk, the children of Hakufa, the children of Harher, the children of Balith, the children of Mahida, the children of Harsha, the children of Barkos, the children of Sisera, the children of Tama, the children of Neziah, the children of Hatipha, the children of Solomon's servants, the children of Sotai, the children of Sophereth, the children of Perida, the children of Jala, the children of Darkon, the children of Gedil, the children of Shephatiah, the children of Hatil, the children of Pochereth, of Zebaim, the children of Ammon, all the Nethinims, and the children of Solomon's servants were 390 and 2. And these were they which went up also from Telamah, Telharsha, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but they cannot show their father's house, nor their seed, whether they were of Israel. The children of Delilah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 640 and 2, and the priests, the children of Habiah, the children of Koz, the children of Barzillai, which took one of the daughters of Barzillai the Gileadite to wife, and was called after their name. These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy, but it was not found. Therefore were they, as polluted, put from the priesthood. And Tirshatha said unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with Urim and Thummim. The whole congregation together was 42,303 score. So if you remember, a score is 20, so 24 is 60. 3 scores 60. So that is not a lot of people. All the people who came out of exile. There's still tons more who stayed behind in exile. I can't imagine that. Being exiled from your homeland. Although I've moved a lot during my lifetime, so I'm not really loyal to one state. But, you know, if, for example, the United States, exiled from there and to a crappy place. Well, I don't know. They say that Babylon and Persia were prosperous places, so maybe they weren't crappy, which is why they stayed. But basically, not your hometown. Just imagine that you can never, well, that you could go back, but you choose not to go back. So, plus, I bet you there was still a lot of them that were still under, that weren't allowed to leave. You know, because they got spread out across everywhere. So, even past the Persian kingdom, so other kingdoms may have had prisoners and slaves. Who knows? I mean, there's no way of knowing. So Nehemiah 7:67. Beside their manservants and their maidservants, of whom there were 7,330 and 7, and they had 240 and 5 singing men and singing women. Their horses 730 and 6, their mules 240 and 5, their camels 430 and 5, 6,720 asses. And some of the chief of the fathers gave unto the work. Tirshatha gave to the treasure of 1,000 drams of gold, 50 basins, 530 priests' garments. And some of the chief of the fathers gave to the treasure of the work 20,000 drams of gold, and 2,200 pounds of silver. And that which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 drams of gold, and 2,000 pounds of silver, 67 priests' garments. So the priests and the Levites and the porters and the singers and some of the people and the Nethinims and all Israel dwelt in their cities. And when the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. All right, well, that's going to be it for today, man. So there's lots of learning that we can glean from today's reading in Nehemiah. We see that he was a good leader, and that he stood up. He also had a heart for God too, and also towards the end, the enemies tried to tempt him to be afraid, and he wouldn't have it. There's no way. He stood firm. He resisted the temptation of fear, and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna be afraid." And that is just an amazing lesson. We should all have that courage, that we should put our trust completely in God, which he did. He said, our God will help us build this. Our God will protect us while we build. Our God will help us build it, and our God will help us. And he put his faith completely in God, and that's just something amazing that we can learn and try to apply to our lives. Leave it completely and utterly to God, and not try to take control of it ourselves and do it on our own. Put it in God's hands, because he knows better than us. That's going to be it for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great evening, morning, noon, wherever you're at. Remember to put God first in everything you do. Have faith in him, trust in him, and wait upon him, and you'll never be sorry. And God willingly, we'll see you tomorrow with more Bible reading. So, thanks, and see you later.